it's suggesting that we weren't live, but then that's suggesting we are live. I don't know what's happening with YouTube tonight. It's having a bit of a moment. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to carry on as if everything is grand and nothing is wrong at all. So then, don't forget, on this channel there are two ways to get yourself a tarot reading. The first way, and the most important, the easiest way, is to go ahead and wait until you hear this noise. That noise tells us that a round is open. When a round is open, that means that it is your moment to put your questions into the chat. Start your question with the word question. One of those will then come through and get selected by the keeper of the questions, and I will read for that person. Okay, the other way of getting a reading on this channel is to do a super chat. Send your question through in the form of a super chat. When that comes through, those questions come through and get bonged automatically. I will then read for them in the order they come in. So if I get more than one super chat, I read them in the order they come in, right? If you want to get yourself a longer tarot reading, you can do so by sending your question as a super chat of £8 or 10 US dollars or above. If it's an equivalent currency, our wonderful moderating team will let me know whether it's under that bracket or over that bracket, so I know how many to do, because I don't understand how foreign currency works. I don't understand. You could say to me, I'll be like one of those people, if I ever go abroad again, I will be like one of those people who go, how much is that can of Pepsi? Oh, that can of Pepsi, that's 200 lira. That seems like a very good price to me. Yes. Which notes are these? Oh, I thought that note was 1,000, but two of those notes is for one Pepsi. Okay, thank you. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would be like. We do have some rules or some housekeeping on this channel. It's all very straightforward and basically says, look, don't be a dick. That's basically what it says, right? Treat people with respect, do all the nice kindly things, don't be nasty to people. But just to make sure you know exactly what the housekeeping rules are, let's have a handy dandy video. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Exactly. Please do look after your own internet security. That is vital, and that includes in the chat. Please don't put details that someone else is going to be able to dox you or find you anywhere on the internet. I always use the example of somebody saying they've just moved in to the big red house opposite the church in Shoeville, and you go, oh, that sounds lovely, a big red house. Well, I now know that you live opposite a large church, or in a large house opposite a church in Shoeville. Google Maps, Google Earth is a thing. I can find that out. All it takes is for me to have a quick little look over on your Facebook, or have a quick little look on wherever. You might even post it in the chat. Oh, I'm going on holiday next week. I'm off to Spain. Oh, okay. I know your property. I can find your property, find your address, and I know you're going to be away for 2 weeks. So maybe I'll just pop you a little visit. Unlock a window. Take that lovely prize crown that you've got, that you know didn't get to give to a granddaughter. I'm just going to nick that and run away with it, perhaps. Who knows? I'm not saying that everybody would do that, but just watch out for your own internet security. It's really important. All right then, so we're going to please don't ask questions yet. We haven't done the doodah. The round isn't open yet. you've got to wait until the round opens, okay? So when the round opens, I will let you all know. There'll be this noise. I don't know why it sounds like it. I don't know why it sounds like it's playing twice. I really don't know why that happens. But yeah, wait until that. Then you'll see there's a round come up, and then the video will play, and that gives you your 30 seconds to get in with your questions. It'll be happening very, very soon. I do have to remind you all that tarot is for entertainment purposes only, and you do make all your own decisions about your own life, okay? All your own decisions about your own life. 8 months. Wow, Sarah, thank you for 8 months. Thank you so much. Oh, you love being a part of this wonderful channel. Thank you, Sarah. You're a very, very kind member. And you're very, very welcome here. Thank you so much. Also, this power-up box. Oh, I've got some ideas for that. So if you can't see behind me, I have here a power box. This was made for me by Shannon Demdike, the Wicker Midnight Crafter, otherwise known as Sarah. That is absolutely... It's a lovely gift, so that is very cool. Above that, I have Willow and Tara. Well done, Kelsey Wells. Sarah has very kindly donated a gift membership for yourself. That is lovely. Thank you, Sarah. So I've got Willow and Tara there, 2 lovely witches, and I've got Agatha and the Scarlet Witch there, 2 more lovely witches. Just above me, I've got the witch from Room on the Broom. She's just called Witch. I also have the Minecraft witch, Ursula, and just there you see I've got an Alphaba as well. That is my coven of pop culture witches. I do also have a small figure of the evil queen from Snow White. She's no longer part of my coven. She's been thrown out. But that is going to be coming into play in a future video. I'm still working out exactly what they all mean, but just in case you wonder what is going on with the background behind me. Today's earrings, I didn't mention my earrings earlier. I am wearing Road Warrior. These ones I absolutely flipping adore. They are stones. I can't remember what they are. I think I've got obsidian in the bottom, or onyx, because I love both of those stones. And I've got red jasper, and I can't remember what the blue one is because, you know, my brain doesn't work. But they are available on eBay. Just look for Beyond Authentic on that there, eBay, or you can go through from thewitchesroad.co.uk. I think that's all the stuff I need to say. Oh yeah, don't forget we do have channel memberships, and this Friday is going to be a special bonus members only stream. So we do a members only stream every Sunday at 6 p.m. And I love them. They are so much fun. Today we were talking about spirit boards, talking boards, or Ouija boards, and we will talk about those. We'll talk about experiences with those. I was talking about some bits and pieces and some channel updates on both this channel and my other one, but also people were sharing in the comments photos or their experiences. I've got a photo of a lovely talking board that one of the members has. Really beautiful gothic-y deck, gothic-y board. We were talking all sorts of bits and pieces. What about Maleficent? Maleficent isn't a witch. Maleficent is a member of the Fae, and as you know by now, I do not F with the Fae. I do not F with the Fae. Nope, not something I do. She was a fairy. I've just said that now. What was she? I want to say Fae Queen, but I can't exactly remember. But yes, she's actually not a witch. She just has magic. Not all people with magic are witches. Not all witches use magic. There you go. Right then, let's have a look. Oh, thank you, my darling. Do you know what? I absolutely love them. I absolutely adore them. I do have other earrings that I occasionally put in, but every single time I'm like, I want to wear my Agathas, or I want to wear my Generational Flame ones for Alice. I love them so much. I really do. And they are 925 silver on the wires and the hooks, and then the other bits are all either crystal, or some of them have, like, this has got a little pentacle on. The ones over there has got a little a wave symbol on, because that was for Jennifer. I love them. I absolutely adore them, and I'm very proud of the fact that I made them. That's why they're always on display on here, because also with my ADHD brain, I forget where I put them. If I don't take them off and then put them back on the board, I forget where they are, because, you know, brain. Anyway, shall we go ahead now? I think it's time. Shall we do this? I think we should. I think it is time. Let's start with the very first round of the day. So I send those two things through to the doodah. They've gone through to the what's it, and we're going to go to a lovely, lovely waterfall. The round is open. This is your opportunity to get the first tarot reading of the session today. Do please pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. One of these will get selected at random, or send it as a super chat. You've got 30 seconds. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Yes, indeed. Do ask one of our mods. If you're a little bit confused as to who the mods are, the people in the chat, the green commenters are members of the channel. The blue commenters are our moderators, and the people in the blue have got a spanner next to their name. That's how you can tell who the moderators are. And the way it works, I'm waiting for the keeper of the questions to tell me which of the questions has been selected for this evening. Let me just go over to here. Has that, oh, hang on, my buttons have stopped. Oh gosh, they really have. What is happening? Everything's gone paused. There we go. So that now has come up on there. Why is it not showing up on here? Oh. There we go. Oh my God. I lost the questions for a second. Did you see my slightly panicked look? Right, thank you very much, keeper of the questions. Ms. K. Hello, my darling. Ms. K, your question has been randomly selected. Let me have a look. Oh, Melinda and Aquilarius, you've just been on the live. You could have asked for a reading over there, my darling. Miss K, there we go. I've got it. What do I see ahead in love for the month of August? That is a lovely question. Let me go right ahead and make sure that that is on screen so I can see your question when I do this. There we go. Pop it across. Maybe actually I'm going to move that question just slightly more. There we go. Right then. Gremlins in the works. No, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. We have no gremlins here. Apart from my little gizmo badge, my little gizmo pin. So we ring the bell to cleanse the energy all around us, and I bring in Wispy, who is my elemental air dragon. If you're wondering what all of the nonsense is about my dragon, do please have a look. I put the link in the live chat. There is a podcast episode all about my dragons. Wispy is the air dragon and connects through to the Akashic records. This is my cloth for this month. As you can see, we've got 3 crows or 3 ravens. You can't quite see this one at the bottom, but it is there. Look, if I move the question up, you can just see the beak. Look at that, just see the beak poking through. 3 crows have been my symbol for many years. Friends will tell me that sometimes in times of trouble they will wake up, look across the doors, look across the houses opposite, or open and on the fence or in the yard or in the garden, in a tree, they will, excuse me, I've got a little bit of my coffee repeating on me. They will see 3 crows or 3 ravens just sat looking at them, watching them. And it's almost like a friend of mine once said, I literally have to go, morning Lisa, before they leave. I don't know. I don't actively send them, but you know, it's a thing. I have actively sent them in the past. That is very true though. I know, right? So then, Wispy, my darling, good evening to you. I did just press that. Thank you very much. Miss K wants to know, what do we see about love in the month of August? What love do we see for Miss K in the month of August? So this next coming month, the energy we have around us now, it feels a very summery energy, it's got to be said. Also though, I don't know if anybody else is feeling it, but since Lammas was just this weekend, or you know, some places are celebrating it today, some celebrated it on the 1st, whichever, it does feel very late summer. I don't know if that's just me. It almost feels like the sun has gone from being that bright lemony sun almost into the mustard sun. Do you know what I mean by that? I don't know if that's just me, whether it's just because I'm aware of the sort of turning of the clock. All right then, so let's have a look, Miss K, where you are right now. Page of Wands. Okay, what is coming up, what you need to know. Pentacles, and what is coming up in the future. High Priestess. Right, my darling, honestly, there is nothing here that screams new love energy or anything at all. But if we interpret this through that lens of looking for a love question specifically, I think there's other stuff you have to deal with first, right? I think there's other stuff going on. So where you are right now, my darling, the energy that's around you as we go into the new month, we've got the Page of Wands. Pages for me are very youthful energy, childlike, naive, innocent energy. Wands is about your confidence. The fact that this is reversed, I don't know whether you've just ended something or whether a period of how can I put it, whether you've had, okay, we'll speak, right, how can I describe that? Right, if you've seen the film Moulin Rouge, this is where my ADHD brain and Wispy collide. If you've seen the film Moulin Rouge, right, which if you haven't, then it's going to be, then I'll explain. So in the film Moulin Rouge, there is a courtesan, in other words, a prostitute, a sex worker, and she is wooed by Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh God, what's his name? Anyway, doesn't matter. She's wooed by a young, impoverished writer. They do this whole thing, blah, blah, blah. This whole story pans out. Turns out he's in love with her. She's supposed to marry someone else for money, blah, 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 blah. Without any spoilers, she tries to break his heart. He then basically says, you have cured me of my ridiculous obsession with love. Right, that is the term that Wispy has just put in my head when the Page of Wands was turned. Now, what I mean by that is there is a moment where it almost feels like it is a naive, childlike, Disney-fied Hallmark movie idea of what love is, right? Happy ever after. And it feels that this Page of Wands is somehow representative that you have been cured of your childish impression of love, right? And that impression, that could mean that something has ended. It could mean merely that somebody that you were interested in has turned out to be not quite the person you thought, or there has been some other shift that has made you look at things from a different perspective. Now, the fact that it's Wands is talking about your self-confidence. So maybe there is something here with either a relationship that has ended, or you even being rejected, or being, you know, having that idea of what love is. almost taken away from you. It feels very much like that type of energy, if that makes sense. Now, as I say, it is reversed, and it is this does mean that for me, this is something that you have been forced to realize, okay? And I don't think that is something that you have woken up and gone, oh, I really want to change this, or I really want to look into this or look into that. I think it's something that has come from external because it's reversed. The King of Pentacles is coming in terms of what you need to know. Kings can sometimes represent husband energy, partner energy, father energy, older male energy. Even in this deck, which is a universal deck in terms of gender and how people identify, this deck still calls the masculine form king. So it's a masculinized type of energy, if that makes sense. But it's either something to do with workplace or something to do with finances, because the King of Pentacles here, Pentacles is finances and work. The only other thing that Pentacles connects with for me, is this idea of growth. And again, because it's reversed, it almost feels like you have had an idea of something shut down. Whether that idea is somebody at work that you fancied, somebody with money that you fancied, there's something here around something that is no longer available, put it that way. No longer is an idea that you're looking at. So for me, I would say, because these two are reversed, because they kind of echo the same thing, it's almost like your eyes have been opened about somebody that you might have been interested in or were in a relationship with in the past, and now you're looking forward to something else. Reason I'm saying that is because we've got the High Priestess coming up in your what's to come. This is the future energy. So this is as we're moving into August and beyond. It feels, the High Priestess for me is somebody who's very by the book. She's somebody by the numbers. She likes things to be done the correct way. She's very much an advocate for playing by the rules. What's fair is fair. She's also somebody who can be quite dogmatic and quite strict in terms of doctrine. So again, if there is a relationship here, if there is something where perhaps things were a little bit free and easy in the past, and you've decided, actually, do you know what, I want to lock things in before maybe we get physical, or I want to make some changes about XYZ. If that's where you're headed, if you're looking at something a lot more formalized, then that would seem to be represented by this card. It's definitely a card that seems to be a little less open to love and having a few more boundaries up and a few more lines in the sand, if that makes sense. So yeah, hopefully that makes a bit of sense to you, Miss K. It doesn't feel as if there is anything major happening right now. It doesn't feel as if there is any major love energy coming in right now. It feels like whatever this ending, or this, I don't want to say growing up, because I don't think it is that, but there is an element of that, of realizing that things aren't going to be the way that sometimes we wish them to be. But yeah, it does feel, moving forward, maybe the thing I'd say about the High Priestess, right, is she can be a little bit off-putting. She can be a little bit stern. If this is suggesting that this is where you are headed this month, it's not necessarily a card or a archetype, a persona that's going to be warm and welcoming for new love energy. It's very much one of raise the shields, raise the drawbridge, batten down the hatches. It's that sort of vibe. It's a defensive, slightly offensive in the way of it's kind of Cersei Lannister in Game of Thrones. It's that sort of, that very strict Mother Superior type energy. That is not the most warm and welcoming of energies. That's all I'd say about that, if that makes sense. I hope it does, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your question. And listen, if this is where you are naturally headed, you can soften this. Okay, the High Priestess can be softened. You can bring in some of that Empress energy. If your natural response is that you are dealing with this, and you deal with that by raising the drawbridge and putting those walls in place, just remember the walls will keep the bad uns out, but they'll also keep the good out. Sometimes you do have to be a little bit more welcoming, a little bit more open with our feelings. And sometimes I am somebody who wears my heart on my sleeve a lot. The problem with that is it's a very easy target. However, I would much rather be someone that gets taken advantage of by friends occasionally, but still has a small network of people I absolutely trust, hands down. And if they make it into my network, they are absolutely trusted with my life. I would much rather have that, which is there with the Empress energy, than this figure of the High Priestess, which is where she is very, very guarded, very, very withdrawn, very, very emotionally absent. So do just be aware of that. You can have your boundaries in place, you can have your defenses up without shutting everybody out. I hope that makes sense, Miss Kay. Thank you ever so much for your reading. Just be a little bit careful about if this is suggesting kind of how you are tackling things moving forward. It's fine in the short term. Long term, unless you realize that, I guess, not everybody is a bad un, then you might miss out on a few good uns along the way. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for your question. I hope that helps. Right then, let's have a look in the chat. Hang on, let me just put these cards back in. There we go. I've got my coffee. Dormouse. Oh, hang on. Kindle. Hang on. I think I've missed something. It's light at 10ish at night. Is it? I thought you were further north than me, though. Ewan McGregor, thank you. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You all know who I meant. It definitely wasn't t'other one, was it? The one that's dead. The one that originally played him. Alec Guinness. There you go. Yes, very much. It's the last month of summer, so to you it is late summer. That's very true. Yes, I agree with that. June, July, August, I agree with that. The nights come in much quicker than they go out. They do. You love Moulin Rouge. I love Moulin Rouge. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. They start making most of lighter mornings and evenings. Oh God, I don't do mornings. You don't mind sitting reading a Kindle in the dark with a fireplace going. Is it any good? In all honesty, I like paper, like print books. Is the Kindle and that lot actually that good? I've seen a review of it saying the Paperwhite one is not very good for comic books, which I don't read comic books anymore, so that's fine. But I'm not sure. La Befana is an Italian witch, rather like a female Santa Claus, except she comes on the Epiphany. La Befana. I've never heard of that. I kind of want to know more. Oh, hang on. I've got my hang on, can I send a WhatsApp to myself? Yes, I can. What was it? La Befana. LABEFA. I can't even see where I'm typing. I'm typing in on me on my own WhatsApp so I can send myself a text. so I don't forget. There we go. And put it back to that one. No, put it back to that one. There we go. And for a second I was like, why isn't the message coming up on screen? Because I'm on a blooming live stream, Lisa. That's why. Right. 11 watching and 6 thumbs up. Could you please do the thumbs up thing? That's lovely. Thank you very much. You still have inky blue light at 10:45. Where on earth are you, Dormouse? Are you like Cornwall, Devon? I mean, be careful. Don't, dox yourself. Don't put your full address in. You like to read on your Kindle in bed as you don't need the light on. And unlike a talking book, if you fall asleep, you don't lose your place. I am adoring my Headway, or whatever it's called, app at the moment, where I have it's called Cabin in the Rain, and it's just raindrops. It's like an 8-hour piece of sound that is just raindrops hitting a cabin roof. It is the most relaxing sound ever. I adore it. The traditional calendar for Ireland: spring begins at Imbolc, summer at Beltane, autumn at Lunasa, and winter at Samhain. Oh, okay, that's really interesting. So that'll be why then we've just hit Lammas or Lunasa. Aim for friendship or empathy first and let love move at its own pace. Absolutely. Kindle goes everywhere you go. However, you love me a bookshop, and choosing a physical book, the look, feel and smell is awesome. So you've got a Kindle and a few physical books on the go at the same time. Oh, no worries, Miss K. I am very glad that it hit home. I felt it. As soon as the cards came over, I was like, oh, I know what this is. Your favourite festival is Imbolc, full of hope and expectation. You love books, yeah, but you really like your Kindle as lightweight and can store so much. Oh, I'm really interested. You're in North Scotland and you've still got light at 10:45. How is that possible? We're in that there Yorkshire. And I said to Rufus the other day, it was getting dark, and it was like 8:30, 9, something like that. It might have been later, I don't know, but it wasn't that late. Wow. Anyway, should we have another round? I think we should have another round. Are y'all ready? I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this? Put your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. Do please go ahead and send it through as a super chat if you want to guarantee your space. Okay, that is how you do the things here. And we're going to go to, where should we go this time? Let's go to... Oh, I know where we're going to go. We're going to go to New York, New York. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Yes, indeed. Do ask one of the mods. Your Kindle will fit in your pocket. That is amazing. It appears we've had one question from Aquilarius. So it looks as if, Aquilarius, by default, my darling, it looks as if you get the question this round. Let me just confirm that. Yes, it is. Right then, Aquilarius, my love. Click on the button. How many times should I just click that? Will a new company win the contract? Let's have a look for you, my darling. Will a new company win the contract? Let's have a wee look for you. Also, Dormouse, how far north are you? Because the way you're making it sound, it almost feels like you're virtually in the Arctic tundra. Or the Antarctic is south. The Arctic tundra. That's what it's making it feel. You must be right on the tippy top of the country or something. If it doesn't get dark at all, it's a bit like in that vampire film, isn't it, where the vampires there's light and then it goes dark for many days. In the opposite, I think it was dark because that would make more sense than the light. You'll know what I'm talking about. Anywho, let's have a look for you, my darling. So we are going to cleanse. And we're going to bring in Wispy with the lovely wind chime. So then, Wispy, Aquilarius would like to know, will a new company win the contract? Will a new company win the contract? Okay, what we're going to look at, Wispy, we're doing opportunity, challenge and outcome. Opportunity, challenge and outcome. Okie dokie. Opportunity, challenge and outcome. That's what we're going to do, Wispy. Opportunity, challenge and outcome. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Let's have a look for Aquilarius. All right then. Okay, Ed. Thank you for popping in. We still need to organise the puppy park. I know, right? Me and Rufus keep looking, and every time we go to book something, it's because it's blooming rained or just about to rain, or there's going to be rain or something. So yeah, all right then, here we go. For Aquilarius, we go with, will a new company win the contract? Let me have a look. Oh, the opportunity, a brand new start. A whole new beginning. A whole new start. The challenge is going to be bringing the people on board, right? Okie dokie. And the 10 of Swords is the outcome, right? Ooh. It absolutely feels Aquilarius like, yes, there will absolutely be a new company getting involved, right? The Fool is all about, so it's the 0 card in the deck. What do we mean by the 0 card? It literally is 0. It's numbered 0. It is neither positive nor negative. It is neither a good nor bad card. You can see this person is about to walk off the cliff. Is it a cliff? Is it a little ledge? Are they walking into a puddle? Are they just going to hop down a little bit? Is there, like, you know, what else is going on here? From the image, it looks almost as if we're on a massive cliff face, and here is a branch. Or it could just be that the cliff is literally, the next step is there, and they're just hopping down into some soft long grass or something. Do you know what I mean? The card is neither negative nor positive, because 0 is neither a negative nor positive number. It's literally the start. It's also considered the end, because the tarot deck, the major arcana, is the story of the Fool. It's the beginning. We go all the way through to the world. The world ends on an image of a wreath, which is or a portal, which is rather similar in shape to the 0, which is the oval, which links the 2s together. So we've got this really strong connection with brand new starts, brand new everything, new venture, new beginning. If that is in the opportunity, that would tell me 100% that I do believe a new company will be coming in and winning the contract. In the challenge position, you've got the 6 of Swords. Swords is trouble and strife. Swords is challenges, obstacles, hurdles, all of those things. These are challenges, in the challenge position. This tells me instantly there is going to be some issues. When we look, we've got here the 6. 6 is for me about community. So there is possibly going to be challenges in terms of the workforce, the people that are basically the community that are involved with this company, and that would obviously be everything from the managers to the janitors, the temporary staff, the apprentices, whatever, you know, your level up and down in the company is, or however it's structured, it's going to affect everyone. This card is the slightly concerning one, my darling. I would say this outcome card could suggest layoffs, because for me, again, Swords is challenges, 10s are overflowing. The 10 of Swords isn't just an awful lot of sword cuts. You can see here, this poor bird has had all of these pins placed in it. It's life fluid. the red stuff has leaked everywhere, and this bird has passed from this plane, and the spirit is being reborn in a new egg, anew to start again, right? 10s are the ends. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the end of a journey, if you like, especially when it's reversed. This really does say that there may well be layoffs within the company. I don't think it's going to be strip mined. I don't think it's going to be one of those situations where, you know, a bit like in the UK, there used to be a chain store or a chain of stores called Debenhams, and they were on every high street. Just about every big city had a Debenhams, and they were what were they called? They were department stores. Each of the departments had different brands, and it was, you know, you went on one floor, there was lighting, the next floor had women's clothing, the next floor had something else. It was everywhere. Debenhams went bust. It disappeared from our high streets, but the name was bought, so it looked for a little bit like the company was taking over. Someone else was getting the contract, someone else was taking over the company, someone else was coming in. It felt like that, and they just wanted the name for an online shop. I don't think that's going to be the case with this, right? Whatever this contract is, the new company, someone else is winning this contract, but it feels like that will bring in its own issue, and they may want to bring in some of either their own people or change the people involved. There is something like that it feels like is happening, right? So just bear that in mind. It does feel as if there will be a continuation here. It does feel, especially with this fall, that there is a whole new start of something happening at the moment, right? That new start can go in many, many different directions, and it feels like that is going to be one of the things that you're going to have to sort of look out for. I hope that helps a little bit. It does feel positive with the fall, but it doesn't feel, because of these two sword cards, it doesn't feel, if I'm brutally honest, that everyone's going to maintain jobs, everyone's going to maintain same hours, same whatever as it is now. It does feel as if there will be some structural changes going on. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit, but I guess it probably doesn't help an awful lot. It's probably not exactly what you wanted to hear, Aquilarius, but that is going to be your reading, my darling. Best of luck with anything, with anybody out there at the moment who is facing a bit of job or career uncertainty. I would always suggest, you know, have a look what's in the market, have a look. Always be a case of every year or two, at least every 6 months or a year, update your CV, double check your skills, update. If you're working for a company, you know, maybe look at training, look at doing is there another string to your bow that you could get? Is there something else you could do whilst things are going on and whilst things are relatively secure in the background? It will always help if you slightly diversify, if that makes sense. You've changed employers via transfer of undertaking. I thought that said undertakers. I was like, really? Undertakings before, so you're not too worried. Looking forward to change when it happens. Okay, my darling. I appreciate that. Change is one of those things that you either love or you absolutely hate. I'm in the latter camp, unfortunately. I struggle to process change because of the ADHD brain, and because of my because I am prone in my own life to catastrophizing, unfortunately. But yeah, that is something that I still have to, you know, it's one of my bits of shadow work that I'm still actively working on, to be brutally honest. But yeah, best of luck to you, Aquilarius, my darling, and don't forget, on Friday you can always ask for a more detailed reading, and again on the Sunday members only streams, if that's what you want as well, because you are a channel member. which is a really lovely and kind thing for people to be. So yeah, I do absolutely just want to give a big shout out to all our channel members here on Beyond Authentic. You really do allow me to do a lot of the things that I do here. Ask your question now. Send your questions. That was supposed to be a really nice moment, and of course there was a blooming thing playing on the doodah.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
Exactly. Yes, thank you to all of the members. You're all beyond amazing. I love them all. This is awesome wisdom here from our lovely Patricia. From your great age, everything always sorts out given time, so try not to worry too much about change. I know. It's just in the moment. It's easy to get swept up in it, isn't it? Lucinda, true, but your ancestors from Scotland immigrated to the USA. So you don't know what city in Scotland, just know their last name is Sinclair. You're guessing St. Clair. No, Sinclair is a very, very, very common Scottish name. It's not quite as common as Smith, but it's a very, 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 very famous and common name. Up in Scotland. Oh, you've got Viking blood as well as Celtic blood. Amazing. Patricia is down with the gods and goddesses of old. Absolutely. He died a few years back. There was huge problems over the wheel. Your lot will not be falling out about your Ramel. I'm so confused. It's like there's a whole conversation happening. Oh, one of your mother's brothers lived and owned an island just off the west coast of Scotland. Ew, you're a lander. They were laird. Yes, lord and laird. No, laird and lady. Laird and something, I don't know. Could have been a lord and laird for all we know. That sort of thing was happening all over the world since time immemorial. Anyway, shall we have a round? Shall we do a round? I think we should. I've gone all Essex for some reason. I don't know why. It was a choice of either Scottish or Essex, and I'm guessing that my brain went, oh no, don't do Essex, Lisa, because your Essex accent. I mean, don't do Scotland, Lisa, because your Scottish accent is atrocious and almost racist. So yeah, don't do that. Just do Essex in it, because that's a bit more closer to home or something in it. So there we go then, in it. All I wanted was a biscuit. So then all we're going to do, right, we're going to have another round, right? So if you want a round, you want a tarot reading or something, tarot. I can't do this voice. If you want a tarot, if you want me to read your cards or something, then you know what you got to do, right? You got to like put it in the chat or something, and oh my god, put it in the chat or something, and then one of them will get picked or something like that, or nothing or something like that. It will do. So you got about I think it's about 30 seconds or something to get your reading in a minute, right? Get your reading in and get your question in, sorry, and then someone's gonna get a blooming reading or something, so they use or something like that. Damn market. Go ahead, put your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will get selected at random, or send it through as a super chat.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Exactly. Do ask any of our lovely, lovely mods. It would appear that we have Lucinda. So, my darling Lucinda, will I receive my inheritance? It depends how much it is. If it's billions, then remember your favourite tarot channel here on the YouTubes, Lucinda. That's all I'm going to say about that. Remember your favourite YouTube channels. I know, right? I'm cheeky, aren't I? I'm cheeky. So then, Wispy, we've cleansed the space. Lucinda would like to know, will they receive their inheritance? Will Lucinda receive the inheritance? Let's have a look. If it's multi-millions and an island off the coast of Scotland somewhere, oh my God, you could be your own supervillain, couldn't you, with your own island? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be utterly, utterly, utterly amazing? It really would. It really would. Or like Tracy Island, where it's got like hidden caves and spaceships and things, and that would be amazing as well. I know, right? I'm just waffling at the moment, Lucinda. Let's have a look. So, Wispy, is Lucinda going to receive the inheritance? Let's go for it. So, we want to know what spread would be best for this. I think... Right, Wispy, we're going to go with where where Lucinda is, the path and the potential. So or do I want that? No, I'm changing it, Wispy. I'm changing. Situation, obstacle, how to overcome. That's what we're looking at. Situation, obstacle, how to overcome. Okay, situation, obstacle, how to overcome. That's where we're going, Wispy. The situation, the 8 of Cups. The obstacle, 2 of Pentacles. Oh, it's reversed. 6 of Swords. Right, okay. All right, so... Situation, 8 of Cups, moving towards the 9. This is to do with the emotional element of whatever this inheritance is. It feels very much as if there are emotions connected and that you are looking to get the past the negative with the 8 to the 9, which will be a happier emotional state, if that makes sense. Inheritances can be fine, they can be a happier thing, but obviously that depends on how close you were to the person that's passed and how close you were, how much of an emotional connection you had to their passing. So it's not uncommon for a card like the 8 to come up. It is very much about that journey, and so it does feel as if there is something going on where it almost feels, Lucinda, with this card, that it's more important to get this issue resolved than it is to mourn for the person that's left you, whatever they've left you, right? That's where that feels. That's the situation. The obstacle. Now, the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles. Pentacles is financial. It's also work. So it's work, career and growth. This isn't growth. This is purely financial with this card, because this inheritance is a financial question. 2s are about couples or partnerships, or it could be that there are 2 people within the will, 2 people due to inherit, something like that. This card is reversed. Now, just bear with. Now, what I would say, because this is reversed and because it's in the obstacle position, it feels like there's going to be conflict between you and someone else. So it could be there's more than one person in the will for this inheritance. It could be that someone is going to be a pebble in your shoe, a thorn in your side, a dirt in your gears, whatever you want to call it. Someone is going to try and interfere with this, and it is somebody who I would say would be either no, I think it's got to be a family member. I was going to say either a close excuse me, either a close friend or family member. But the 2 in this case, I think with it being an inheritance, it somebody else is going to try and lay a claim to whatever you've got in the inheritance, put it that way, right? And they're going to be a stumbling block. They are going to be a pain in your ass. They really, really, really are. It's in the obstacle challenge position, and it's reversed. I think this could even be somebody that is almost, I'm not saying two-faced, but almost playing you in one way and, you know, being a little bit arsey, if that makes sense. The outcome, we've got the how to overcome this, right? As an advice card, swords is trouble and strife, but it's the 6 here is community. There is something, whoever this person is, right? There is something about them. They are going to stick their oar in, right? They are going to try and cause a blockage and try and stop you getting whatever the inheritance is, right? How to overcome that is to use other family members, other legal team, it's about using the, how can I say, using the circle, using the community. 6s are about that community element. It almost feels like if they're contesting, whoever this is, if he or she or they are contesting a will, oh, I don't want to say it was, it sounds bloody awful. It almost feels like you're going to have to split it with them, right? If they're contesting it to that amount, you could fight. You absolutely could fight. This is in the how to overcome. So you could fight, but fighting it could well take up more than the inheritance is. It depends on what it is. If the inheritance is worth spending money to fight these people being assholes, excuse my language, then you are going to need to fight, but that is going to be costly. So it all depends. It might be better in the long run to say, do you know what? Okay, the house, garden, car, money, whatever was left to me, right? Absolutely. In Grandpa Bob's will, he left the farm to me. However, you think you've got a claim on it, and the farm is worth 3.2 million. Therefore, I am going to hire lawyers on a pro bono case, and if I end up inheriting the farm and sell it, I will still get, after my legal fees, I'll still get 2 million. That's worth doing it. If the inheritance is something like you're going to inherit 50,000, well, if the legal cost to fight this claim is going to be 40,000, is it worth fighting when you're going to be left with 10 grand? You could just split the 50 between the people and call it quits and come out with more money. Do you know what I mean? It feels very much like this is going to be almost a decision that's about choosing the lesser of two evils, right? The least harmful way out. It could be that you could fight, right? In which case this 6 is about that community of lawyers, or that community bringing the family members in. You know, Grandpa Bob's farm, absolutely, he was of sound mind, absolutely, blah blah blah. Again, if it's something worth a lot of money, it's worth putting that expense, fighting it, contesting, do you know what I mean? Fighting the people contesting it and going up against that. This is not legal advice in any way. You make all your own decisions about your own life. However, if it's not worth the time, effort and money that you would lose fighting this contestancy, if that's the right word, then it might be better just to say, do you know what, I don't know, between you and your sibling or you and whoever, we'll just split it. And even though Grandpa Bob left me the 50,000, I would rather split it between Brenda and myself than get the lawyers involved and have to pay out 40,000 to win 50. Do you know what I mean? The answer is, I do think it will come your way, but I do think there's going to be this element of like this element of fighting, and almost being put between a rock and a hard place. Whatever way you choose, you aren't going to get everything, right? Either in an expensive legal battle or in the way that, do you know what, there's no point contesting it, but we'll split it. That, my darling, I think is the way it's going to go. I do think you'll end up with something, but it might not be what, quote unquote, Grandpa Bob intended, whoever it is that left you the inheritance. I hope that helps, my darling. By the way, I always use the names Bob and Brenda as generic names. I'm not saying that in this case the person that you are inheriting from is in fact your grandpa, or that his name was Bob, or that, you know, you have a sibling called Brenda who's the one that's trying to get your money. It's just used as an example of generic names, and I've been using those generic names for many years. I do actually know somebody called Brenda, which makes it a little bit awkward sometimes, but that is how, when I do the readings, I anonymize it. So there you go. Hopefully that makes sense, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your question. Let's have a look in that there chat. Who am I looking for? Lucinda. Yeah, it's your aunt. Okay, maybe it was grandpa, I don't know then. Or is it an uncle? Is it the uncle? I don't know. It's so difficult. Obviously I'm not sure where you are in the world, but different countries have different legal systems. I know in some, if your aunt is, say if it was your uncle and your aunt is married, she might take precedence over whatever's in a will. Again, not legal advice. Seek out legal advice in your country if you need to do that. Have I got a cup? Yes, I have. Hang on. Thank you. Oh, I'll have a coffee when I come back in, love, if that's okay. Okay. I've still got a Pepsi. Thank you. Thank you, though. Oh, I just spilt my coffee down me then as well. I was like, oh, yes, I need another coffee. No, I don't. It's 8 o'clock. I'm 8:15. I'm finishing in 45 minutes. Where you were born in England, it's been so hot. So you're glad you're up there. You were born in England, Dormouse. Oh. Right. Actually, 2 inheritors. Both mum and dad's side. That could be the 2 of Pentacles. That could absolutely... Is your aunt challenging both? Because that could absolutely be what that 2 of Pentacles is then. One aunt and one other cousin. It's either that 2 is either then 2 people fighting over it, contesting it, aunt and cousin, or that is mum and dad's both inheritances coming through. Listen, my darling, I'm so sorry if you have recently been bereaved by both parents, and that's adding to everything. I am really sorry for your loss. Let me just say that I've lost both of my parents, and I had no inheritance really to speak of, but I can feel for you if you're having to fight and you've lost your parents and you're also having to fight for that. Absolutely. This is Patricia's very wise. What is meant for you will come for you. Absolutely, my darling. If it is meant to be, it is meant to be. Fingers crossed that it comes your way. I really hope it does. Okay. Right then. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, my darling. It does feel as if it may well be... I would be surprised if your aunt's got a claim on both. So it may well be that oh, do you know what? Get legal advice. Get legal advice. Fight it. At least see whether or not it's worth fighting. Find out how much it would cost, because it could well be that you'll be better off just saying, do you know what? I'll split, I don't know, say if your aunt is on your dad's side, I'll split dad's inheritance 50-50 with you, but mum's is mine. You know, there may be something like that, unless, this is where it gets complicated, because I know that when my dad died, my mum inherited, unfortunately, all of my dad's debts. As the eldest child, when mum passed, everything theoretically should have come to me, but everything was left between me and my sibling, and my sibling's 2 children. So it got sort of split in the end 4 ways, which I had my thoughts over, but you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you very much for your question. Right then, let's have, yep, I agree, Neil. Okay. Let me, oh, there we go. I'm not sure why that's important, Patricia, but okay, let's go for let's go for another round. Shall we have another round? I think we should. I also am feeling my hair thing in the back of my head is starting to, I'm going to take it down. This grippy thing, I've had this for years. I got this in the New Forest, which it was actually in, it's not Boscastle because that's in blooming Cornwall. It was in Burley, there we go, in the New Forest, which is an amazing place. It's very witchy. There's like, when I say it's witchy, I mean it's very witchy. Sybil Leek, the famous witch, came from there. And I got this from one of the shops in there. So I've had this for donkey's years. The problem is that occasionally I keep having to tighten this clip thing up at the back, and it keeps sliding out of my hair. It gets to a certain point and then it's like, ow! Never mind, Aquilarius. It's, you know, one of those things. What's done is done. It's just one of those things. Right then, shall we have another round? I think we should. If you would like a tarot question answered, you know what you need to do. There are 2 ways to get a reading on this channel. The first is to send it through as a super chat. That way it guarantees that your reading is up next. If you want a longer reading, you can always do so by sending a donation of more than £8 or $10 US. Don't forget, 10% of whatever, so once YouTube takes its cut off the top, 10% of whatever we make on this channel goes to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. It's a UK charity that helps people who are struggling to afford vet care, basically, whether you're dog, cat, bird, leopard gecko. We'll go with leopard gecko. Whether your fur baby or scaly baby or whatever is in need of surgery or just needs a checkup, if you are struggling, PDSA can help with those bills or whatever. Also, 10% goes to the Albert Kennedy Trust, which is a charity in the UK that supports LGBTQIA plus youth that is in danger of being made homeless simply because of their identity. And that's something that's deeply important to a lot of us here on this channel, because we are fully 100% dedicated to supporting everybody. And that's why we always have all the flags up here, including the one at the very far corner, which is for heterosexual cisgender people, so straight people who identify with the genitalia they were born with, the gender they were born into, and who happen to agree that LGBTQIA plus people are people. So they're all of them, everybody. All of that being said, let's go ahead and do the do. We've got, I'm trying to click on the right button. Where have we gone? We've done New York, we've done the sea, we've done the waterfall. Shall we go to, oh, I know. Let's go up to the spirit in the sky.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Exactly. Do just ask one of our mods. You can always find the moderators in the chat because their name is in blue. Their name is in blue. Right then, let's have a look. What have we got? M. Grace. Your question has just come in. I believe that's the only one in this round. We're a little bit quiet here tonight. Oh no, I can see another one. Are we going to have... Is this a time for the token? I think this may well be. Oh, it is. It's chance. Right. Okie dokie. We are going to toss the talisman. We haven't done this in a long time. Because I've got 2 questions that came in, both just before I announced the person I was reading for, we're going to toss the talisman. Now, you might not have seen me do this on this channel because we haven't done it in a long time. But Witch Casket, which is a subscription box I subscribe to here in the UK, gave us, I think it was last year, might have been the year before, these lovely talismans, right? So each of them have a different one of the spiritual symbols, so the elemental symbols. So we've got spirit, earth, air, fire, water. Those are all on here. So what we're going to do is, there isn't a line, Willie Davis. I've got 2 people in, so I'm going to toss the talisman for these 2 people. Other than that, if you want to guarantee your reading, you can do so by sending it through as a super chat, or wait until I open the next round after this one. So then we've got the air talisman. Look at that. So M. Grace, you are going to be the symbol, and Andrea 54 Hector, you are going to be the writing. Okay, so M. Grace, you're effectively heads, and Andrea, you're effectively tails. So then here we go. We're going to toss this and we'll see where we end up. It's the tails, so it is Andrea. Right then, Andrea, I've got your question. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, pop that on screen. There we go. Is Jamie the Leo in regret about our relationship being over because I'm moving back to Chicago today? And you're an Aries. Okay, my darling, I don't need star signs. They mean absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. Absolutely nothing to me. They don't have any, you know, a long time ago, their calendars were different, times were different. We weren't able to see the stars in the sky in the way that we can now. You know, Jupiter was a planet, yada, 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 all of those things. Not Jupiter, sorry, Pluto was a planet, all of those things. Things change. So star signs, I don't know about or follow. However, Jamie, I think that's Jamie, and yourself, we can look at that. So then, here we go. We are Wispy. We're bringing in Wispy. We're going to cleanse the area. So then, Wispy, Andrea 54 Hector would like to know, is James the Leo in regret about the relationship being over because Andrea 54 Hector is moving back to Chicago today? Is Jamie upset about the relationship ending because Andrea is going back to Chicago? Let's have a look. Okay, and we will look at okay, what you want, what your partner wants, and what the relationship future is. So what you want, what Jamie wants, and what the potential relationship future looks like. So then, what you want. 5 of Cups. You want Jamie to be upset. That's what you want. That's why you're asking the question. Right, okay, what your partner wants. Okay, scream and shout and kick up a fuss. And the relationship future, nothing, it's dead. Right, okie doke. So, 5 of Cups. Now, I can already... okay. You're not going to like what I'm going to say, my darling, but the way we do tarot on this channel is straight down the middle, straight down the line. We tell it as it is, and I try not to sugarcoat. We don't blow smoke up anyone's backside, right, basically. So, the Five of Cups, I always say this is what you need to know, not what you want to hear. Five of Cups is all about looking at the bright side, okay? So even though this card is depicting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups or vessels of liquid, you can see one is empty, two are full, one is a broken bottle, and one is a smashed up rusty old can. On the surface, you've only got 2 full cups out of your 5. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Bit rubbish. However, one is just empty and 2 are damaged. Well, this one can be refilled. Not a bad thing. This card is all about looking on the bright side, taking things in a way forward where you look at the silver lining, you look at the benefits, you look at the experience and say, do you know what, even though it's ended, I'm grateful for that experience, I'm grateful for that relationship, I'm grateful for this, that and the other. Anywhere in tarot you see a body of water, it depicts emotion, so an emotional card. Cups is also the emotional suit. This is a dark body of water. It's not a trickle, it's not a stream, it's a dark body of water. So these are deep emotions. What this is saying is that you are wanting Jamie to be upset. You want Jamie to regret the fact that the relationship is over because you're moving away. That is what you are seeking in this. That is what you want. You want him or them to be heartbroken and upset at things. You want to be able to feel that you mattered in the relationship, so that as the relationship is over, because you're moving cities or states or whatever, wherever you're moving to, because you are moving back to Chicago, you want them to feel that way. You want them to be sat there feeling the emotions. So it means that you were important to them in the relationship, if that makes sense. The problem is, when we look at what Jamie wants, we've got the King of Swords. Swords is trouble and strife, obstacles and hurdles, challenges. The King is a male figure, generally a masculine figure, somebody who's in charge, somebody who is a boss. They are basically, I'm not saying they're going to make your life hell or make your life miserable, because I don't think they will, but they are probably, how to phrase this, Whisper, give me it again. Okay. I think you're asking, are they in regret? It feels like, to be honest with you, it feels like they are hurt because of the way it's ended, and that's why they are upset, right? They are upset and hurt because the relationship has come to an end for this reason. And it's almost saying that they are, I think they're quite shouty, quite vocal, quite yeah. If I was to say totally and utterly pissed off, to the point that I think they are upset at you because of the relationship ending. I don't know whether it's the way that it was said. I don't know whether this information came late on or what it was, but it almost feels more that they are think, really angry over the way that it's ended. And I don't think it's not an emotional connection. I mean, it's anger, but it really does feel as if, however it's gone, a super chat from I'm reading for Andrea now, aren't I? Yeah. Andrea, you've just sent $8 as a super chat. Thank you for that. Okay, thank you for that. I'm not sure what that's for, if it's for this reading or not. I don't know. The relationship future, we've got the Ten of Swords. Swords is hang on a second. You were visiting your family in Chicago and went to see your stepdaughter. She said her mum said, what is going on with him, because he's been texting her all crazy. I am very confused. Is it 8 or 10? You've donated $8, my darling. I'm very confused. You were visiting your family in Chicago, right? And you went to see your stepdaughter. Okay. And she said, her mum said, what is going on with Jamie, because he's been texting the mum. So your partner, or your ex-partner, has been texting your stepdaughter's mother. Right, hang on a second. We'll call stepdaughter's mother Brenda, and your partner is Jamie. So Jamie has been texting Brenda romantic, intimate text messages, and your daughter said So I don't understand the original question then, my darling, because the original question was, is Jamie in regret because your relationship is over because you're moving back to Chicago? Right. Right, hang on. Right, okay, Wispy. Let me do an update, Wispy. So right, okay, let me work my head round what you're actually asking. So, your partner has been sending texts to his ex of a adulty, romantic-y nature. Well, right, okay, that makes sense. You're moving back to Chicago because all this, right, okay. Wispy, we're going to expand this down. The relationship's over. right? This 10 of Swords, it's over. Yeah, thank you, Holland. Yeah. He was texting his ex, the mother of his kid, and that's why they broke up. Does he regret it? No. He's angry. The King of Swords is angry, right? Very angry about things. But the relationship has no future from here. Absolutely has no future. Because you sent the super chat, I'll expand it down a little bit. It's supposed to be $10, but don't worry about it. So linking these two, Wispy, we're going to do the inverted V. Oh, okay. And we're not taking from the top, we're taking from the pile. Okay, where are we going, Wispy? Guide. Oh, come on, I pressed it. Thank you. We're going here. We're going... Oh, look at that. Putting all your stuff in the box. Oh, we're going with the moon. Oh, absolutely. And we're going with the Ace of Swords. All right. Okay. So, clarifying. Right. Root. So, the Six of Pentacles is coming in. Six of Pentacles, as you can see, has a box full of stuff with donations on. This way round is about charitable giving, charitable helping, charitable doing stuff. Lovely. When it's this way round, it can sometimes mean needing charity or needing support, but it can also be where someone is giving away someone else's stuff. Right? You know that thing of you're dumped, all your stuff's in bin bags, out the front door, never come back, all of that malarkey. This is very much between you and him, right? Very much between you and him. I would say I don't think he regrets a thing except being caught, right? He's angry at being caught. He's not angry at his actions. There's no accountability here whatsoever. This Six of Pentacles for me is suggesting that you need to get some community support around you when you get back to, I think you said it was Chicago, right? So you need to get that emotional security back around you. In terms of what he's done, we've got the moon reversed. He didn't foresee this ending the relationship. He thought he'd get away with this. The fact that he hasn't is why he's angry. The moon here is pointing... The moon lights the way through the dark forest at night, right? So we follow the moon, we follow the light of the fireflies, we follow our path out of the dark, enchanted forest, whatever you want to call it. We find our way out through the moon. This way, oh, he couldn't see the way out. He thought he would get away with this. He thought he could text the ex. Here's me eggplant. Here's a photo of that. Show me your coconuts. Do you know, all of this stuff? He thought he could get away with that. Absolutely got found out. Is probably angry with the ex, angry with the daughter, angry with you, angry with everybody all round because it's ended up that he got found out. The thing is, the Ace of Swords, this is... You say this has been going on for 2 weeks. I think it's something where he absolutely, for whatever reason, absolutely thought he could get away with this. I don't think this has been a long time coming, if that makes sense. That sounds wrong in this circumstance. I don't think it's been a long time coming. I don't think it's something that's been cooked up for a while. But I also... don't think this is the first time, because this ace is reversed. I don't think this is the first time he's tried to get away with something, right? He thought absolutely with this, he doesn't regret this at all. Absolutely, there is no regret here whatsoever. He did not regret this at all. He did not regret this at all. He has probably done this before, because the Ace of Swords, when it comes up, is talking about a new beginning, as in something now that's starting, not something that happened a couple of weeks back. He absolutely has done this before, right? Maybe not to this ex, whether it's to other exes or other people. Absolutely. Again, this is all for entertainment purposes. You make all your own decisions about your own life, but it absolutely feels like this is not a new occurrence. He's got away with it before. He's angry now because he couldn't foresee this outcome happening, right? The important card out of all of these 6 cards, the most important card here is the moon, arguably, because it's a major arcana card. That moon reversed is telling me everything about this spread. This is saying he did not foresee, he couldn't foresee this getting back to you. He could not see a world that would happen. He thought him and the ex would very happily, he'd send a text, here's a picture of me bits, here's, or whatever, hi ex Brenda, I think I said her name was, hi Brenda, I really miss you and wish your mouth was doodah doodah and wish I could see those lovely doodah doodah. Here's a picture of my doodah doodah. I really want you to doodah doodah, whatever those texts were, right? He thought for some messed up reason, I had to self-edit that then, he thought for some messed up reason he could get away with doing that. And then when Brenda's gone, excuse me, and said to the daughter, in other words, the point of contact with you, why is dickhead dad messaging me all this stuff? I don't want to know all of this. I don't want to see all of that. What's going on? Why is he doing this? When it's got back to you, that's when he's going, oh, well, you should never have been... Brenda should never have said anything. She should have kept her mouth shut. Otherwise, now the relationship's over because Brenda spoiled it. Brenda did this. Brenda did that. Oh, Brenda's the one to blame. No. I'm sorry, dickhead dad. You're the one to blame, Jamie, for sending the bloody messages in the first place. He absolutely could not foresee that would happen. He could not foresee that 2 women that he has been schlepping at some point or another would absolutely get together and, I'm not saying compare notes, but absolutely get together and defend one another. He thought that he was like God's gift to women. I'm sorry, love, no penis is that special. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely not. This Queen 10 of Swords, he genuinely, I don't think he regrets it because he's not blaming himself, but this relationship is done, right? Absolutely done. He is not blaming himself for sending that message. He is not blaming you. He is going to blame the ex-wife and possibly even the daughter for acting as the messenger. He's going to take no accountability in this whatsoever, because as far as he's concerned, he's probably, the reason I'm saying he's done it before is because this ace is not upright. This is old. This is something that's been done. This is something that is absolutely categorically not the first time that this has happened. It's the first time he's been caught. That is why you've got these 2 opposite each other and you've got this moon right here. He did not expect to be called out on his BS. Absolutely. Will he regret it? He regrets being caught. He regrets you being told by Brenda, the ex-wife. That's what he regrets. Not the fact that he did it in the first place. He regrets that you found out. He regrets that it meant that, you discovered what a low-life piece of feces he is. That is what he regrets. I hope that helps. Listen, you are 100% better off finding someone else, or to be honest, you're 100% better off being on your own and going to your local adult store for a buzzy toy than dealing with anybody who's going to do this. Genuinely, right? I've seen an advert on Facebook for an AI boyfriend thing that chats to you as if it's a real boyfriend. I don't know how healthy they are, but that would be better than dealing with this man again. Categorically. And yet he's got the gall to be upset and to be shouty and or argumentative about it because he got found out. Oh. Tell him to do one. Tell him to do one. Do you know what you want to do? Get your nails painted really, really nice, right? By a lovely salon when you get to Chicago. Get them to do a lovely nail art, and on your middle digit, just have F off written there or something like that, or his name. And then you just go, oh, let's have a little wee look at this. Oh, do you know what I mean? Oh, Well, we got me that. Eventually, we worked out what your question was. But yeah, he's done that before. Absolutely. This blooming moon. Oh, yeah. I would say, first of all, hats off to his ex, Brenda, for being, you know, honest and pointing out what a piece of work. Oh, YouTube. If I could swear, I'd be letting rip right now. But absolutely letting you know that he was such a untrustworthy person. Put it that way. Oh my God. In the old days, they'd have cut his. They'd have harvested his eggplant, if you know what I mean. They would have cut that courgette from the main plant. They would have snipped the little tiny pea body away from the plants. They would have, yeah, all of that. Oh my gosh. Right, okay, Wispy, we'll take all that off now. Thank you very much. I'm really annoyed for you. You got one already, Andrea. Good on ya. Good on ya. Somewhere out there is someone you can trust. They'll be proud to respect you and care deeply for you. Absolutely, and won't be texting the ex pictures of their. I'm not saying it was pictures of their doodah, but you know, it might have been. Yes, absolutely, Ed. You were together for 5+ years. Oh, he's absolutely done this before. Absolutely. Oh my, 100% he's done this before. Yep, dodged the bullet there. Upwards and onwards and upwards and onwards. You are worth so much more. Disrespect will only get worse, not better. Absolutely. 100%. Your stepdaughter said he's never going to change, and if you wanted to move back to Chicago with her, so you did. Absolutely. Wow. Amazing. He's never going to change. You're absolutely right. He's done this before. I guarantee it. He's really upset that he got found out. That's why he's upset. You are worth countless better things than this. Absolutely. Like, I could not care. Let me put it this way. To quote the long past divine, I've just realised I probably can't quote that. I will quote it. It would not be going back to him. It would not be worth going back to him, right? Never ever go back to him. Even if you were drowning in a pool and his bits breathed oxygen, it would not be worth going back to them. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I've as soon as can't actually say what that was, but yeah, 100%. In this case, Holland, I was using the doodah as a descriptive that that YouTube would allow to describe a doodah. Right then, go on, we'll do one more round. Everybody. This will be the last one. One more round. Get your question in now. Oh, don't send it through as a super chat, but do send your question in now. We'll do one quick round. This will be a quick reading. We've got literally 10 minutes left on the channel tonight. So please don't send a super chat because I haven't got time now to do a longer reading. But if you do want a 10-minute 3-card tarot reading, do please pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. Do that right now. You got 30 seconds.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Indeed. Andrea, I can only read one person, one question a night, my darling, just purely and simply because of the way that to be honest, I think it's like the way the Akashics work, because everything gets... I won't be able to see the outcome if you move to Chicago with your stepdaughter. I won't be able to see that because it's too far away, and because the last question was so fixated on him, there's no way to extrapolate that out, if that makes sense. At the moment, everything is up in the air. So because of the way I read tarot, it's only normally for about 6 weeks, 2 months maximum out. We can't see that at this point. Everything is still going to be in flux with you and him. And the way that Ten of Swords card went, it's absolutely, the situation between you and him is absolutely over. As to what happens for you moving forward, it's going to be better and different and all of that, but it's going to be almost impossible to see any major results of that at this point. But what I will do, Wispy, we'll do our best. Wispy, we're gonna briefly cleanse. Let's have a look and just see, Wispy, what has Andrea got for August? Let's do that. What's coming up in the next month for Andrea? Right, what are we looking at for Andrea Wispy for August? So the energy coming in, we're kind of going to know roughly what that is mid-month, and then the energy leaving. So King of Wands. Do I need to say anything for what this card represents? The King of Wands with the red flags. I mean, literally, if there was ever going to be a time for the King with the red flags to appear, absolutely, categorically, it is there. Wispy, I flipping love you. This is absolutely bonkers, but amazingly good and wonderful. Yeah, absolutely red alert. Categorically, red flag. The energy that you are starting August with is about the King, the red flags from the King. There is going to be, you are going to have to adjust. There is going to be a time of separating lives and all of that. It's going to take a while for things to unentangle. That is what this is about. This is the only card in the deck that's got a red flag. This is the only card in the deck that is a direct warning about a masculine male figure in your life. And yeah, he is going to try and use all sorts of tactics to try and get under your skin and gaslight you and all sorts, because it's Wands. Wands is about your self-confidence, your self-esteem. This is him trying to kick off, right? Categorically. Mid-month, right, your eyes are going, oh my god, you are going to discover so much in the next couple of weeks as you go through into the end of the month. You are going, right, be prepared for it, my darling. Be prepared to find out all sorts of ugly truths. It's going to come out in the wash. It absolutely is going to come out in the wash. This red flag, I have no idea why I am so certain that this is not the first and only time something like this has happened, but it's all going to come out. The Eight of Swords, eights are about moving forward to the 9. It's all about that journey of progression. The Eight of Swords in a traditional tarot deck has somebody surrounded by the swords, penned in, but they have a blindfold on, and that blindfold is being lifted or whipped away or pulled away or cut away. That's what this is. This binding, this element of you being stuck and bound and unable to see the truth is being cut away. You are going to find out more. It's not going to be nice to hear. It's not going to be, this was the only time. You're going to find out more truths about this person, and the relationship you thought you had for the last 5 years is going to get slightly revised as more information comes out. But right, okay, really positive outcome, even though you're not going to feel it now. Right, the energy at the end of the month, we've got the world. The world is the final card in the major arcana. So you've had the moon, now you've got the world. The major arcana are the big shouty cards. These are the big important cards. The world is about stepping through this portal and starting a new life, right? Starting over again in a way that you cannot envision now. Now, why do I say it's a positive even though the card is reversed? Is because you did not want to be in this position, right? This is not something that a year ago, 5 years ago, you would have said, you know what, I really want to start my life over at the grand old age of whatever you are, and find out my husband's a low life piece of stuff. Managed to catch the swear words tonight, aren't I? I'm doing really well, mods. I haven't had to play my button yet. And yeah, so you are going to discover this with more information coming out. This starting over card, right? It is reversed, but it is always a positive. It is always you stepping through into a future of effectively your own decisions. Does that make sense? You are able to step through and make the world as you see it, start over on a brand new reality. If you think about the Marvel multiverse or anything like that, this is stepping through a portal into a whole new life, right? That is what you're going to be facing in August. Is that what you wanted? No. Is it going to be something that you are going to be able to do and succeed and turn your life around? Abso-friggin-lutely. You really, really are. The reason it's reversed is because this is not something that you would have wanted to do a few years back. You would not have said, will I do this? Will I do that? Will I do the other? Or this is not where you thought your life would be, right? The fact that you've got the world in and of itself is a positive card, almost regardless of where it comes in a spread, almost regardless of the direction, whether it's upright or reversed. This is reversed because this red flag guy has basically forced this to happen, right? His actions, his being a piece of trash has forced this. As more comes out, you will be more and more certain that this is the right move for you, but you are still going to regret that this happened. You are still going to regret and feel bad for the experiences, but you aren't going to want to go back, right? Because the more that comes out, the more that this is going to feel like it's the right thing for you to do. However, because of this reversal, it's not going to feel like a victory. It will later down the line, right? It will later down the line. When you look back at this, you'll go, oh my God, do you remember in 2025 when I dropped that piece of trash and moved on in my life? And oh my God, how much better am I now that that piece of trash is no longer in my life? How much better are we? How much my life has changed, and look at all the good things that have happened. You will look back on this as being a net positive. The reason it's happening is because of him and his negative actions. But you will look back and this will be the moment where you made the decision that absolutely transformed your life. And with that, my darling, I'm going to wish you nothing but the very, very, very best. I do think better things are coming, right? And it starts by the end of this month. This turnaround is coming. It really, really is. It really is, my darling. I wish you nothing but the very best. This guy did not deserve you, does not deserve you, will not deserve you. You are worth so much more. And I do feel with that wild card, it does feel like that positivity will be returning starting at the end of the month. So whatever you've got planned between now and then, and I'm not saying the end of the month you're going to go, oh, it's September 1st and everything's rosy and you've got a luxurious place to live and a wonderful job paying millions and everything is sorted and your whole life has turned around and isn't everything wonderful. Life isn't like that, unfortunately, but I guarantee you, my darling, it will get better. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much to yourself for asking the questions. Thank you for your donation earlier. And thank you to everyone who has watched me tonight. Huge thank you, though, to arguably some of the most important people on the channel. First of all, I've got to thank the channel members because without you, it wouldn't be as possible for me to do this. You help me pay for the software, the equipment when that all fails, because you know me in technology. So you allow me to keep it moving. But the people that allow me to do this every single week, week in, week out, Tuesdays and Sundays, are our amazing moderators. Thank you to the mods. They are the most wonderful, generous bunch of people you've ever met in your life. They all allow me to be here to do the readings for all of you. So thank you to the mods for making this such a wonderful, safe space on the internet for myself and everybody else that comes here. Thank you for watching if you've chosen to watch tonight. Thank you for being here if you've been lurking in the background. And if you're watching us on the replay crew, much love to you on the replay crew. And I will see you in another one. Don't forget, I go live each and every Sunday evening and Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. Google that for whatever that means in your time zones. And members only, we do a live stream every 6 p.m. on a Sunday for an hour, and once a month on one of the Friday evenings we'll do a Friday night natter, which is anything from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours plus. That's going to be it for me tonight. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I hope to see some of you on a stream at some point in the future. And as I always say, I'll see you next time. Take care. Oh, hang on. Which video am I playing? There we go. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
They're witches.
Ask your question now. Send in your question as a...
What did I just say about technology? What did I just say about technology? You see, I pressed the button. I haven't even got... Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've got that other button lit. There we go. Right then, as always, Lisa presses the wrong button and ends the stream awkwardly. Never mind. Awkward wave, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Sunday at 6 for the members. Tuesday at 6. No, what am I trying to say? See, I've gone all wobbly. Tuesday at 7, Sunday at 6 for the members, 7 o'clock for everybody else, and this Friday at ... I think I said 7 for the members. I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.